So now we have to discuss the ideal solutions according to Raoult's law. So we have positive, negative and ideal solutions. So for example, if we take a benzene and toluene, it forms ideal solution. Carbon tetrachloride and benzene having the positive deviation, and where negative solution chloroform and benzene. So when you try to show the graphical representation of these three types of solution, first is ideal solution, non-ideal solution, and in that positive deviation and negative deviation. So in case of ideal solution, when we represent the vapor pressure of the components of the solution, so let we have two components A and B. So here the P2 is the vapor pressure of second component, that may be solute, and here the solvent. So solvent is more volatile than that. So when it is an ideal solution, here the total vapor pressure of the solution P is equals to P1 naught x1 plus P2 naught x2 in this case, and here we have to change this, and again here positive deviation, so it will be increase in the, that means P is greater than P1 plus P2, and here P1 is also greater than P1 naught x1. Here in this case P2 is also greater than P1 not x1. So mole fractions are represented here. And now the negative deviation, in this case vapor pressure has been decreased, so vapor pressure decreased. So that means here this line show indicating the ideal solution. Below ideal, it's a below ideal solution. So now here below ideal solutions. Now next point in that, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering means what? Decrease in the vapor pressure. When a non-volatile solute added into the solvent, what happens is the vapor pressure of the solution is decreases. So that is the relative lowering of vapor pressure. So the relative means what? Comparison with the vapor pressure of pure solvent. So it is the ratio of vapor pressure lowering of solvent. Vapor pressure of solvent divided by the vapor pressure of pure solvent. It's called as relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative change in vapor pressure, delta P upon P1 naught, where the P1 naught is what? Vapor pressure of pure solvent, is equals to, as delta P is equals to P1 naught minus P. P is the vapor pressure of solution. That is the difference between the vapor pressure of pure solvent and vapor pressure of solution. As we are knowing that vapor pressure of pure solvent is greater than the vapor pressure of solution when non-volatile solute is added, so P1 naught. So as we are knowing that according to Raoult's law of partial vapor pressure of component for non-volatile solute, so P is equals to, that is P is equals to P1 naught x1, so vapor pressure containing the non-volatile solute according to Raoult's law. So when you put the value of P into the above equation, so what's the equation? Delta P upon P1 naught is equals to P1 naught minus P upon P1 naught. So when you put the value of P, this P is equals to P1 naught x1, so what you get? Delta P is equal delta P upon P1 naught is equals to P1 naught minus P1 naught x1 divided by P1 naught. So what's common here? So here P1 naught, so is equal, delta P is equals to P1 naught 1 minus x1 divided by P1 naught. P1 naught get cancelled here. So what you get? Delta P is what? Change in vapor pressure upon vapor pressure of pure solvent is equals to 1 minus x1. So as we are knowing that 1 minus x1 is equals to what? X2. X2 is equals to 1 minus x2. So x2 is equals to 1 minus x1. So now the delta P upon P1 naught is equals to x2 is equals to what? Delta P1 naught minus P upon P1 naught. So in board exam there is always question for 3 marks. Derive the relationship between the relative lowering of vapor pressure and the molar mass of the solute, solution containing non-volatile solute. Okay, so now as we are knowing that delta P, change in lowering of vapor pressure, is it is the ratio. So delta P upon P1 naught is equals to P1 naught minus P upon P1 naught. So as P is what? Vapor pressure of solution containing non-volatile solution, according to Raoult's law P is equals to P1 naught x1. So therefore delta P upon P1 naught is equals to P1 naught minus P1 naught into x1. x1 is what? Mole fractions of solvent, and P1 naught is what? Vapor pressure of pure solvent, and P1 naught is the ratio of that. Okay, so is equals to, as we already derived that, is equals to P1 naught is the common from that 1 minus x1 upon, so adds 1 minus x1 here, so is equals to 1 minus x1 is equals to x2 is equals to 1 minus x1. So by substituting value, so into the equation, what you get, delta P upon P1 naught is equals to P1 naught minus P upon P1 naught is equals to x2, as x2 is what, mole fractions of solvent or solute. Yes, it's a mole fraction of solute. So x2, so as we are knowing that x2, that means mole fractions of solute, x2 is equals to n1 upon n1 plus n2. So where n1 is what, number of moles of solvent, n2 is what, number of moles of solute. Now as for diluted solution, where the number of moles of solute is very less than the number of moles of solvent, so here number of for diluted solution, n2 is very less than n1, so we have to neglect the value of n2 into the equation. So what it gets, delta P upon P1 naught is equals to P1 naught minus P upon P1 naught is equals to n2 upon n1. So n2 is what, number of moles of solute, and n1 is the number of moles of the solvent. So as we are knowing that n2 is equals to W2 upon M2, W2 weight of the solute divided by molar mass, and n1 is equals to W1 upon M1. So therefore delta P upon P1 naught is equals to P1 naught minus P upon P1 naught is equals to W2 into M1 divided by M2 into W1. So as we have to derive the formula, relationship between molar mass of the solute and change in the lowering of vapor pressure. So therefore M2 is equals to P1 naught W2 M1 delta P M2 and W1. So where M2 is the molar mass of the solute, P1 naught is the vapor pressure of pure solvent, W2 is the weight of the solute, M1 is the molar mass of the solvent, delta P is the change in vapor pressure. Delta P is equals to P1 naught minus P. M2 is the molar mass of the solute, and W1 is the mass of the solvent.